the rarest animal of all.
Dr. Dolittle is a beloved character from a series of books by Hugh Lofting. The good doctor can talk to any animal in its own language, and he sails around the world helping animals everywhere.
Read about his encounter with the rarest animal in Africa.
Pushmi-puleus are now extinct. That means they aren't anymore. But long ago, when Dr. Dolittle was alive, there were some of them still left in the deepest jungles of Africa, and even then they were very, very rare. They had no tail, but a head at each end, and sharp horns on each head. They were very shy and terribly hard to catch. No matter which way you came towards a Pushmi-puleo, he was always facing you. And besides, only one half of him slept at a time. The other head was always awake and watching. This was why they were never caught and never seen in zoos. Though many of the greatest huntsmen and the cleverest menagerie keepers spent years of their lives searching through the jungles in all weathers for Pushmi-puleos, not a single one had ever been caught. Even then, years ago, he was the only animal in the world with two heads. One day, the monkeys set out looking for this animal through the forest. And after they had gone many miles, one of them found strange footprints near the edge of a river. And they knew that a Pushmi-puleo must be very near that spot. Then, they went along the bank of the river a little way, and they saw a place where the grass was high and thick, and they guessed that he was in there.
So they all joined hands and made a great circle round the high grass.
The Pushmi-puleo heard them coming, and he tried hard to break through the ring of monkeys, but he couldn't do it. When he saw that it was no use trying to escape, he sat down and waited to see what they wanted. They asked him if he would go with Dr. Dolittle and be put on show in the land of men. But he shook both his heads hard and said,
"Certainly not."
They explained to him that he would not be shut up in a zoo, but would just be looked at. They told him that the doctor was a very kind man but hadn't any money, and people would pay to see a two-headed animal, and the doctor would get rich and could pay for the boat he had borrowed to come to Africa in.
"No, you know how shy I am. I hate being stared at."
And he almost began to cry.
Then for 3 days the monkeys tried to persuade him.
And at the end of the third day, he said he would come with them and see what kind of a man the doctor was first. So the monkeys travelled back with the Pushmi-puleo.
And when they came to where the doctor's little house of grass was, they knocked on the door.
The duck, who was packing the trunk, said,
"Come in."
and Chi-Chi very proudly took the animal inside and showed him to the doctor.
What in the world is it?
"Lord, save us! How does it make up its mind?"
It doesn't look to me as though it had any.
This, doctor, is the Pushmi-puleo, the rarest animal of the African jungles, the only two-headed beast in the world. Take him home with you and your fortune's made. People will pay any money to see him.
But I don't want any money.
Yes, you do. Don't you remember how we had to pinch and scrape to pay the butcher's bill in Puddleby? And how are you going to get the sailor the new boat you spoke of unless we have the money to buy it?
I was going to make him one.
Oh, do be sensible. Where would you get all the wood and the nails to make one with? And besides, what are we going to live on? We shall be poorer than ever when we get back. Chi-Chi's perfectly right. Take the funny-looking thing along, do.
Well, perhaps there is something in what you say. It certainly would make a nice new kind of pet.
But does the, what do you call it, really want to go abroad?
"Yes, I'll go. You have been so kind to the animals here, and the monkeys tell me that I'm the only one who will do." But you must promise me that if I do not like it in the land of men, you will send me back.
Why, certainly, of course, of course.